I like dogs. I've always had dogs. From the earliest memories of childhood, there's always been a dog around. I love dogs. I've had to make all kinds of promises to my parents about taking care of dogs over the years, usually along the lines of promising to feed them, to clean up after them, whatever it took. I made the promise. Some of you have probably made some of the same promises, and some of you may find that your dog is now presenting a bit of a challenge to help you follow through on those promises. That's why I'm providing this story, to help make your dog a better partner and less of a nuisance. It's simple to train your dog, so don't be intimidated. So you're ready to train your dog. Maybe he's driving you crazy with his barking. Maybe he's a brand new puppy and you want to teach him some basic commands. Or maybe you promised your parents you would. Regardless, you're ready, but you don't know how to start. Well, let's learn to train your dog. First off, this lesson is about obedience training, not behavioral training. Behavioral training includes things like potty training, stopping nuisance barking, and stopping begging. Obedience training, on the other hand, includes teaching your dog commands like sit, stay, and come. Your dog is able to be trained whenever he's able to recognize his name. The easiest way to tell if he's ready to train is to watch and see if he looks at you when you call his name. A dog generally recognizes his name by around 7 weeks of age. If you see him turn when you call his name, he's ready to learn. Before we begin, you need to get your dog alone with you, have adequate space to teach him, and get a pocket full of treats to reward him whenever he does good. Okay, so you have everything ready. Your dog's already looking at you with longing in his eyes, most likely because he saw you pocket the treat. Let's work on one of the basic commands your dog should know. That's sit. Get your dog's attention and command him to sit using a commanding tone and reinforce that with a hand signal. Since this is his first time, he's probably sitting there looking at you with his tail wagging. If he didn't sit, command him to sit again while gently pressing his back end down, forcing him to sit. When he is successfully sitting, give him a treat. Repeat the command to sit over and over while ensuring he sits, either by forcing his back end down or by him doing it on his own. Don't forget to give him a treat each time he sits. You'll be surprised just how quickly he picks this up on his own. All right, that was easy. Now that you have the fundamentals of teaching your dog to obey a basic command, let's move on to a couple more commands. Using the same techniques as you use teaching him to sit, we'll teach him to stay and come. These 3 commands are the most important ones your dog can learn. Using the same command voice, start with stay. Remember to give him a treat each time he successfully follows your command. Eventually, you'll get him to obey just for the pat on the head and you won't have to walk around with the pocket full of treats. In order to teach him to stay, make him sit first. Once he's sitting, show him the stop hand sign and command him to stay. When he stays as commanded, then release him by saying okay and give him a treat. When you say okay, lean over and use a happy, encouraging voice. He'll respond intuitively. Repeat the sit and stay until you're satisfied that he's really obeying your commands. After that's complete, teach him to come. This is done by first having him sit, then stay, and gradually back further and further away each time before releasing him with the command of come. Each time give him a treat. That was easier than you thought, wasn't it? You'll need to constantly reinforce these 3 basic commands each day, coupled with treats and affection until you're certain that your dog has learned the commands. At one point, you'll understand that the dog does the commands without the treats. Then all he needs is the affection and your attention. Finally, here's a little bit more advanced command.
Sit. Lay. Lay. Face. You're dead.